What's up, guys? So, on this particular video, we'll be discussing about Leh Ladakh in the month of August 2026. What you should be expecting in terms of the weather, the road condition, the places that you can visit, the overall crowd that is going to be there in Ladakh, and what you should be packing, and most of all, the budget that you should consider, and the things that you need to be packing for your trip to Ladakh. Because when you're traveling to Ladakh in the month of August, it is monsoon in the rest of India, but while you are still in Ladakh, it is peak summer where the temperatures in the daytime will reach as high as even 35 to 38 degrees, while in the nights the temperature will drop to as low as even 5 degrees. Because this is a cold desert, and the month of August is when the road sign that you can freeze to death and get a heat stroke at the same day comes to reality in the month of August. Now, starting off with the road condition, now for the month of August, the best is for you to fly in and out of Leh because the road from Manali and from Srinagar is unreliable because of the heavy monsoon that will plague the area. It is better to take the flight straight into Leh and return back via Leh. You'll get a very good deal on the flight since the month of August is pretty much off season for Ladakh. Even though there will be a lot of crowd, but the flights are considerably lower compared to what it would have been in the month of May and June. You will even get a return flight from Delhi to Leh for around 22,000. If you're lucky enough, you might even get it for as low as 16 to 18,000. But this is provided you book it at least 60 to 30 days in advance. Remember that Ladakh in the month of August is the best time for you to be visiting because everything is accessible. All the places, that is Hanle, Somoriri, the roads are fabulous. So no matter where you're going, everything in Ladakh is easily doable in the month of August. When it comes to the weather, the daytime temperature, like I mentioned, can go up to 35 degrees, while the temperature in the night will drop to as low as 3 4 degrees. Now, this temperature fluctuation depends entirely on where you are staying. If you're staying closer to the riverbank, you can expect it to be colder. If you're staying in the main city centers, it is going to be a lot more warmer. Remember that in Ladakh in the month of August, nobody is going to be providing you with heaters in the rooms. So you have to make do with the cold that it is because it is summertime. You're not going to find it very cold. Apart from this, the coldest place that you will find in Ladakh is basically Somoriri and Pangong because there it gets really windy at night. It can get so windy that your tent will flutter and you might think that the tent is going to collapse because that's the kind of wind that you will expect in the month of August. Places like Hundar, Turtuk are much warmer in the month of August because they are more in the plateau plain areas. Now the road condition within Leh is very good. The road to Kardungla, Changla, going to Umlingla, going out to Somoriri, they are all very, very good. It is just the road from Hundar that is in Nubra Valley to Pangong, which is going to be a problem. That is basically the Shayok River Road, which has already had a lot of water flowing through it, and the road is currently shut in the month of July, and we're expecting the same to continue in the month of August. So, if that's the case, then you will need to either go back to Leh and then start your journey via Changla, or you'll have to do the Warila Pass routing. But there is also a possibility of the Warila Pass routing flooding because of the heavy rain. So, that's also something which is unpredictable till the day of your journey because all these roads change daily based on the snow that is the glacier that is melting and the river the intensity of the river that is flowing. Over and above this, in the month of August, it is a good time also to be going biking. So if you are someone who wants to explore Ladakh on a bike, then the month of August is a very good time because the weather is stable at all the passes. You're not going to be stuck with water flowing. It's just that if you're coming via Manali, it is a big risk because of the monsoon that is going to arrive and it's going to create a lot of disruption in terms of landslides and the roads breaking. This has been a trend which has been happening in the Ladakh region via Manali for the last couple of years. It is specifically happening between Mandi to Manali and then from Manali till Sarchu, where the roads are caving in, there are landslides, and that's disrupting the journey. So, my personal suggestion is when you're planning a Ladakh trip in August and you're planning on starting in Delhi and ending in Srinagar, plan for minimum 14 days or 15 days because this way you have enough of time, even in case something goes wrong, the way your trip is not going to get curtailed. If you're going to be planning for a 4 night, 5 day, or 6 night, 7 day trip, it is a very risky affair because if the roads are closed, there's no way you can go straight into Ladakh. And even if you want to backtrack and go to Srinagar, there's not enough time because it's all the way back via Jammu, and you're going to lose a lot of time in this process. Hence, the best is keep a minimum of 12 to 14, 15 days for this journey if you're planning on doing the entire circuit. If you're just planning on flying in and out of Leh, then I would say 7 to 8 days is more than enough for a rush trip. If you are comfortable, then you can do it in 9 or 10 days. If you want to see Somoriri and do Umlingla Pass with Hanle and Turtuk and everything that is there to be done in Ladakh. Remember, Ladakh is a spiritual journey where you'll be going through monasteries, you'll be going through Buddhist homestays, and that is the real flavor of Ladakh is in the homestays that are there. The homestays in Ladakh are some of the best that you will find in the Himalayan region, if not in the entire country. The people are very welcoming. Their homestays are ideal for people who really want to get an authentic experience of what the Ladakhi way of life is. Remember that hotels are available everywhere in India. When you travel to Ladakh, you travel for the experience of the people and to meet the people, and that's best done by living in homestays. Regardless of what, try out homestays at least in Nubra Valley and I would say at Hanle, because these are the two places where homestays are at its prime. In the town of Leh, you can book a hotel; it's your choice. But homestays are always far better than what hotels will ever be in Ladakh. Now, one very important thing that you need to understand is that in Ladakh, only postpaid SIM cards work. So even if you have a prepaid SIM and somebody tells you it's going to work, it's not going to work. Only postpaid SIM cards have permitted over there. Jio and Airtel have the best network coverage in terms of data and connectivity in the Ladakh region, where Airtel I think has a far better network in terms of villages. So if you have either one of them, then you can say that you can go to Ladakh and make payments via UPI. If not, then your only other option is to convert your prepaid SIM into postpaid, or you will have to carry your debit card and cash with you. And remember that the debit cards will not really work outside Leh. In Leh, maybe some restaurants and shopping places might accept it, but beyond that, it's not. ATMs in there are plenty of ATMs in Leh, and you can easily withdraw your money there. But it's always advisable to withdraw at least 10,000 rupees per person and come to Leh. If you're going as a family, carry minimum, I would say, 20,000 of cash, provided that all the other payments are already done online. Or another hack for this is that you have someone at home in your home city who can make the payments for you after you share the screenshot with them, which is also another convenient way of paying via UPI. Now, Ladakh needs you to have an inner line permit. An inner line permit is required for you to travel beyond Leh. So, if you're going to Nubra Valley, you're going to Lama Yuru, Alchi, even if you're going to Somoriri, Hanle, Pangong, you need this permit. It has to be done online, and it costs around 400 to 600 rupees per person, depending on the routing and the number of days that you're traveling. Make sure that you get this done before you reach Leh, otherwise, you're not going to be allowed to go beyond the town of Leh. There are various checkposts where the permit is checked and you have to show them the e-copy of it. You do not need a printout, but an e-copy is definitely needed. When it comes to packing, you have to have a thick jacket. A woolen jacket is ideal. You need to carry your thermals because the nights are going to be cold. You'll need your gloves and you'll need your muffler. You need UV protected sunglasses. Now, your sunglasses are very, very important because when the sun is out, it's going to be harsh sun and this can affect your eyes. You need to have a sunscreen with minimum, I would say, 60 SPF. Carry a lip balm. A lip balm is very, very important because the weather is so dry, your lips are going to end up bleeding. Along with this, you need to have your power bank, and minimum 10,000 mAh is mandatory. Carry a reusable water bottle and carry at least 5 or 6 garbage bags so all your trash can be put into the garbage bag. And do not overpack because you can always go to Leh and get whatever you need. Along with this, even t-shirts, you can always buy 1 or 2 souvenir t-shirts in the town of Leh which can be used around Ladakh region. So do not overpack. Now, what is the kind of budget that you need when you're traveling to Ladakh? I would say if you're on a really tight budget for 1 week, you'll end up spending anywhere between 35 to 60,000, depending on the number of people, the kind of accommodation, and the kind of transportation that you're going along with. If you're looking at a mid budget, then you'll end up spending around 50,000 per person. This excludes your flight. This is only for your transportation, your accommodation, and your food and your shopping, because in Ladakh, the vehicle cost is really expensive because of the high altitude and the fact that they charge you as per what they have a union system for every kind of vehicle, and the rate sheet is what you have to follow. Likewise, you will not get accommodation anywhere in Ladakh for less than, I would say, 3 to 4 thousand rupees for a room. And this is, I would say, for mid-range hotels, anywhere between 2 to 3 star and deluxe homestays. This is primarily because the costing of everything has gone up with the war that has happened. So the cylinder cost and all of that, keeping into mind, they'll charge you anywhere between 3 to 4 thousand rupees. This includes your dinner and breakfast for your accommodation. So keep an average of around 4,000 rupees for your room cost per night for two people, and then your vehicle cost depending on where you want to go. If you just want to do the basic circuit, that is Leh sightseeing, Nubra Valley with Turtuk, Hundar, and Pangong, the vehicle cost for a Ertiga will come up to around 35,000, and this is without your airport pickup and drop, just the vehicle cost for this routing. Now remember that this can range anywhere between 35 to 40,000, and this is the Ertiga, which is the most basic SUV. If you go higher with a Innova Krista or anything beyond that, like a tempo traveler, then the costing will go up. But Ladakh is a road trip where the minimum number of people that you need for a economical trip is four or more. So if you can gather with you at least three other people, that if you're one and three more or four more people, then it is the trip cost will reduce and it can come down to as low as even 30,000 rupees per person. But for that, like I mentioned, you need to have minimum 4 to 5 people or 6 people minimum. Six is the ideal number because six can go into an Innova Krista and the journey can be really fun and you do not need two vehicles. But over and above this, Ladakh in the month of August is a very good time to be going there. Just remember that plan for a minimum, I would say, of 6 nights, 7 days. Do not plan for anything shorter because anything shorter would be a rush trip. And make sure that if you're planning on going to Hanle, you have booked your accommodation well in advance because Hanle is a place which has been getting a lot of crowd since it's very close to Umlingla Pass and that's the gateway to Umlingla. So if you're planning on going to Hanle, make sure that you booked your Hanle room first before you even end up booking your flight tickets because the probability of you getting accommodation in Hanle is 50-50 based on the crowd and the rush that has been going there to Ladakh. If you are planning a trip to Ladakh in the month of August and you have any doubts or queries, then you can leave a comment below this video. If you want consultation, we do have paid consultation options starting from 1,000 rupees onwards, depending on the time and what you are looking for. If you want us to craft a blueprint for you, a routing that will cost you anywhere between 3 to 4,000 rupees. And if you want to book a trip with us, you can click on the link in the description, go to our website, and directly from our website book the trip, or you can contact our sales team who will guide you through the booking process. But remember, our sales team is only for people who want to book a trip with us. If you have any queries about the weather, about the road condition, or anything personal, please do not message us. You can leave a comment below this video, or you can go to our website where you'll get plenty of blogs which are dealing with all of these queries of yours. But our sales team and our WhatsApp numbers are not to answer all your personal queries for your own personal trip to Ladakh. Now till our next video for Ladakh, remember, stay safe, stay happy, and stay blessed.